that feeling when you're suddenly backed into a corner?
Oh, yeah. Never fun.
No, and it's like every single answer you could possibly give is just a massive trap. Well, today's deep dive is really about surviving that exact kind of pressure. We are looking at a framework for keeping your personal integrity intact when, the external demand to conform is just breathing down your neck.
Exactly, yeah. And we're actually pulling this from a couple of interesting places today, a Christian devotional reflection and a pretty famous historical narrative from the biblical book of Matthew, chapter 22.
Right, and just to be completely transparent with you right out of the gate here, we aren't taking sides today. We're not endorsing any specific religious viewpoints or politics. Our mission is simply to explore the really fascinating psychological and social ideas about identity and conformity that are tucked inside this historical text.
Yeah, I mean, the mechanics of feeling trapped by societal pressure really haven't changed much in 2,000 years. The story in Matthew centers on this brilliantly designed political trap set by two groups who genuinely despised each other.
Like, completely hated each other.
Oh, absolutely. The Pharisees and the Herodians.
Which, honestly, just looking at who these groups were makes this a total nightmare. I mean, you've got the Pharisees, who were these religious purists. They absolutely hated the Roman occupation.
They resented it completely.
Yeah, and then you have the Herodians, who were basically political insiders fiercely loyal to Rome. Like, they should not be teaming up.
But they do.
Yeah.
And they do it specifically to corner him in public with this incredibly loaded question. They literally walk up and ask, is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar or not?
Man, it is the ancient equivalent of gotcha journalism.
Totally.
It's just a toxic no-win scenario.
Oui.
Because, okay, if he says, yes, pay the tax, he instantly alienates his own followers who are being totally crushed by Roman oppression.
Exactly. He loses all his credibility with the people.
Right. But then if he says, no, don't pay it, the Herodians are standing right there, he's officially a rebel, and the Romans are just going to arrest him on the spot.
It's a brilliant trap because it relies on forcing a fatal compromise. But the underlying logic of how he escapes it is what's truly fascinating. He doesn't just answer. He asks them to hand him a Roman coin, a denarius, and asks, whose face is stamped on it.
Which was Caesar's face.
Right. They reply, Caesar's. And then he delivers this massive pivot. He says, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's.
Wow, so he completely short-circuits their trap.
He does. He is laying down this blueprint for surviving within a flawed, coercive system. The mechanism here is recognizing that you can fulfill your civic duties. You can literally hand a piece of stamped metal back to the empire that minted it.
While holding absolutely firm to a higher identity.
Exactly. An unshakable identity that the empire doesn't actually own.
Okay, so handing a coin back to the empire totally makes sense in ancient Rome. But the psychology of that trap, like the demand that you hand over your allegiance to this system, that is identical to modern corporate compliance.
Oh, it really is. It translates perfectly.
Fast forward to today. Imagine a junior employee dealing with a deeply hostile senior coworker. This older guy openly mocks believers, calls them Jesus freaks, and basically makes it his personal mission to break this junior employee's resolve.
Yeah, it's the exact same intense public pressure to conform, just, in a completely different setting.
Exactly. And it comes to a head at this after-work gathering. The senior guy zeroes in on the junior employee, just relentlessly pressuring him to drink. And when the junior politely declines, the bully completely publicly humiliates him in front of the whole team.
Which is awful, and the punishment doesn't even stop there, right?
No, it doesn't. He actively uses it as an excuse to unfairly penalize the junior employee during actual work hours.
The professional consequences are incredibly real in these situations.
But hold on, though, because as I was reading through this narrative, I realized something that completely breaks the usual inspiring story format. The bully actually wins.
Wait, really?
Yes. He faces absolutely zero consequences for being terrible, and he actually gets promoted faster than everyone else. So why does the source highlight a story where the bad guy gets exactly what he wants? Doesn't that totally defeat the whole purpose?
I know, it feels completely backwards, right?
Yeah.
But that actually gets to the very core of the insight here. The point of holding on to your identity isn't to guarantee worldly success.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, if your identity is rooted in a higher calling, the whole mechanism of your life changes. You begin measuring your worth by that higher standard, not by, the world's scorecard of rapid promotions or office popularity.
So the bully gets the corner office, but he doesn't get the junior employee's integrity.
Precisely. The text is really a warning against surrendering to modern Caesars. Because today, Caesar isn't some emperor in a toga.
Right, no togas today.
Right. Today, Caesar is the desperate need for career success, or the anxiety of not fitting in, or just the pursuit of comfortable conformity. The moment you decide that workplace approval is your ultimate authority, you've handed over your identity.
Wow. So what does this look like for you listening right now? Where do you feel pressured to compromise your own values just to avoid making waves?
That's the real question.
Right, because maybe it's the fear of being passed over for a promotion if you don't join in on the toxic office gossip. Or maybe it's just the anxiety of feeling like you have to fake a laugh at a boss's highly inappropriate joke just to survive the afternoon meeting.
Yeah, we are constantly being handed these metaphorical coins and told to pledge our allegiance to the room we're in. The real test of our integrity is how we respond when that pressure is finally applied.
Which brings us right back to that visceral feeling of being backed into a corner. Think about the modern Caesar in your own life right now, the one demanding your conformity.
They are everywhere.
They really are. So if you completely stripped away your fear of disappointing them today, what is one bold decision you would make differently tomorrow?